afternoon. This is Chris Brecher with Simpler Stocks free video for January 12th, 2016. It's right on the bell, right at 4 o'clock. Today was all about the market going down to test support. And even though we know the transports are still selling off, the Russell's still selling off, we had these tests, and this is exactly what you get in sort of an intermediate term bear market is you get these massive short squeezes. And if you're wondering what I mean by that, look at the 5-minute chart of the ESs. They went from 1900 to 1920 literally in about 10 minutes. One of the reasons for this was Fed Governor Lockhart came out and said there might not be a need to raise in March. So that's always the kind of thing you need right when you're testing a bottom in the first place. Now, just so you know, in here, a lot of averages still couldn't get over their let's say Thursday and Friday lows. Now what I mean by that is I'm still worried about this. Here's the SPX in here, and I'm going to take this off and unlink it. And as you see, you have the transports on the right. The whole key is right now the ESs are up about 250. Transports, we're still down for the day. If you're bullish, you want completely the opposite. You want the transports to be going up while the SPX just is sort of in its momentum sort of storm on its own and go down into this area. Instead, what you're getting is the SPX is trying to lead and the transports can't get out of their own way. So things like that. Let me show you the Russell in here, another index that is undercutting every low. And some people ask me great questions about this. What do I mean by undercutting the low? Right here. See on how this went back in the August, September, October area? And this is 2015. See how they undercut, which means it went to a new low. Now go back to 2015. So we're going to take this and zoom it out so you can see it. And I want you to go back in here. And I'm going to put in a 3-year daily. And this is what you have to worry about if you want to be bullish. Is this right here. I'm going to bake this a little zoom out so you can get a better idea of the carnage in here. This is the Russell in October of 2014. Notice where it is? Just under its level in October 2014. Look in the right, and I'm going to put a 3-year daily of the transports. Look where this was in October of 2014. I'm going to zoom it out so you can see it right here. Look where we are now, down here. Pretty ominous right there. It doesn't mean we can't rally, because what is the biggest thing you see in here is the extreme oversold condition. Usually when you get this oversold, you get a pop. I mean, you see right here we had a pop in August. Right here we had a pop in September. We're probably going to get a bounce just because things don't go straight down. But when you see these two charts, and keep this in your mind, this is what I get worried about. It's watching the SPX on the left and watching the NDX on the right and realizing how far they are below their October 2014 levels. You got the ESs, the SPX would have to go down at least 100. And the NDX, I don't want to even, I mean, we're talking about another 500, 600 points. You know, another 15%. I'm just saying that when you see certain indexes going down, you have to respect what the ultimate objective will be. So that's the first thing I'm looking at in here. Now, just so you know what I'm looking at to do, and I'm going to share this in the Simpler Stocks premium site, I'm looking at things that are getting overdone but are at support. So I'm looking at things like the Goldman Sachs of the world, and then I'm looking at the Deltas of the world. Totally unrelated companies, but look at this. Look at the support right here in Delta, right around the 46 level. You had some there which it blew through, but it's in this area. Now on the right, now I'm going to put these both up weekly so it doesn't look like just tiny charts for you. Look at the support in Goldman Sachs, and look at the support right here in Delta. So if I had to take a stab at anything, I'd look at these. One of the reasons, like I said, the market's slightly turning around today. Oil stock still plummeting. I mean, oil really plummeting. So if we get some kind of turnaround, you could see Delta have a little bounce up here. Let me show you on a 78-minute chart what I'm talking about in here. Measuring gap, measuring objective was done. Now it's at the support. And those are the reasons. Just totally objective. Did the objective of the measuring gap. Now it could be on its way up. Second thing in here I want to bring up is intraday charts I post. I've been posting mainly index charts at night, some stocks to watch in the morning. I post a lot of stocks the night before, but if there's something relevant, I'll post that first thing in the morning. Then during the day, if I see something that just sticks out, I'll show it. But these are primarily day trades, the intraday ones. That's why it's called intraday. The option charts, I'll also show things that have unusual option activity. Let me show you what I posted today in Amazon. So Amazon has this right here where it looks like the line in the sand is right at 600. That's where it rallied on its, that's where it had its pop on its earnings and meandered around that area. It just sort of twerked in that area around 600. So let me show you on the right what the 15-minute chart looked like. 15-minute chart had a ledge trade. Now I've showed these in my class and also over and over on the Simpler Stock site, and I showed this right here, that if it broke right here, 609, it was going to go down at least 10 points. Look what the low was, 699. Those are those little snap trades I'm talking about. You put this on a 5-minute, you can see it even better. Look right here. Right in this area, right here, right there. And that's what I posted it. Now, what was the objective? The objective is right here. About 10 points, 7 to 10 points. Where'd it go? 607, almost 8 points. The point is, though, you got to get out fast because you know you're on support right there. You're playing with fire to take a stock that's this oversold on a daily, like you see on the left, and it's at support. You got to take this trade fast. And that's why I posted that you had to take the trade fast. And it was there. But when I posted, it was right here in this area. Went down 8 points right after I posted it. But you have to take your profit. You can't say, if it goes down 20 or 30 more, I'll make my year. You got to get in, get out. And so that was the kind of trade I showed in there. Next thing I want to show in here is I have no idea what Alcoa's earnings are, but I want to show you that I try to alert to unusual option activity. And today we saw a lot of the 8 puts trade, a lot of the 9 calls. But my problem with this, and the reason I didn't recommend doing any kind of trade, is this right here. Look at the support of Alcoa. You can put it on monthly, weekly, massive support at 8. Just massive. Talking about a risk reward that's skewed toward the upside, not the downside. So even though I saw that massive put activity, you always have to take in consideration the longer term view. And the longer term view is there's just too much support there. So I didn't take that trade, but those are the type of things I show on the premium side. I post those. I posted about 3 option trades today. As everybody on the premium side knows, most of them have been great at picking stock direction. So just last thing I want to share with everybody is on Wednesday, Bruce, who I've learned about butterflies, is having a class called Utilizing Diagonals to Increase Flexibility. He is the best when it comes to diagonals and options and butterflies. I've taken his classes even before I was with Simpler Options and Simpler Stocks. So if you get a chance, this is on Wednesday, it would be well worth it to take his class. So I hope everybody has a nice night. Like on my site, you have 30 days. You get a $7 trial. And the chat room we have that started, I thought only 10 people would show up. We've been having well over 200 participate actively between 7:30 and 9 a.m. Eastern in the morning every day. So take care. I will talk to you tomorrow.